I'm going through Denver right now for what hopefully may possibly be the last time. Forever. Could be the last time. I don't know. I do not know. What I do know is that we are moving. Some of you may know this, but ever since Andrea and I met, once we put our heads together and tried to figure out what it was that we would like out of this reality and to give to the reality, we both agreed that we wanted our own space, we wanted our own land, and we wanted it to be as free as possible from all of the restrictions and the blocks and the suppressions that come with the realm. It's a package deal. You come into this realm, you're going to deal with all of that stuff, whether you like it or not. And it has nothing to do with whether you're a good person or not. It's actually, I was having a conversation with Aurora today, and we were talking about how in this reality, you can actually be punished for being a good person, like for being a good person, because you operate from your heart and you have empathy for other human beings. You can be attacked simply because of that. And also in order to vampire, to steal energy, to loosh. It's all kind of the same thing though, because the end goal of manipulation is to take power. And it's like a forceful thing. Anybody who's ever been exposed to a narcissist, which probably accounts for every single one of us, you know what they do. They manipulate you. And it's not like one time and then they say, okay, well, I've manipulated you once and I've stolen some energy and I've accused you of all kinds of things which have nothing to do with you as a person, but I think I'm done now. I think I'll let that one be. We can get along now, right? That's not how they operate. True narcissists can't even survive of their own power. They don't have power anymore. They don't have internal power. They don't have the internal spark to propel them, so they need to find it externally and pull. And that's what narcissists do. And the whole narcissist empath dynamic is representative for this entire reality, top to bottom. It has been broken in that sense for a really, really, really long time. So we've been pushing to have our own place, our own space, our own land, essentially since we met. And right now we're on the cusp of driving over to it. We're leaving very soon, within a few days. And I could go into how I've been through a lot in the last month, and I have. And some of you know of the story, some of you don't, but it's been a trying month, and I've been driving back and forth across California, Nevada, Colorado, multiple times to take care of things that came up, things that happened. And it's not all bad. We were gifted as well during all this, but it has been difficult, and I don't necessarily see it as attacks because we're moving. Could possibly be that way, but I don't like to ever take any sort of victim mentality. So we're moving very soon. we have a piece of land very near a lake, about a mile away from a lake, and there's a stream running through the land. It's free, unrestricted land. It's not no HOA stuff, no land covenants. It's just free. It's not free money-wise. I had to pay money for it. I paid a down payment, a sizable down payment off of money that I saved up over the 2 years that we were in Colorado. And there is also a payment, but comparatively speaking, compared to what we've had to do here, we're not going to be throwing away the same amount of money essentially into the toilet for renting land, or not rather renting an apartment. And I've never ever owned land in my entire life. Finally, coming up on 40 in a few years, and I finally managed to grab a little piece. So there were a lot of hiccups. There were a ton of timeline shifts. We've been surfing the timeline curve, the timeline wave, as Aurora calls it. And it's turning out okay. It's turning out all right. So I've had the idea for a few months to do one more fundraiser. It may be my last fundraiser. I'm not really sure. I always really enjoyed them in the past. I've done one for Ron and one for us when we were moving to Colorado, which had the same sort of base motivation as this one, but we weren't able to use that money to actually get to land. We used that to help fund the move to Colorado, and it was very helpful. But this particular one is not coming from a space of, oh, we fell down and all kinds of things came up and we didn't plan enough and now we're out of money and please help. It's not coming from a place like that. We were going to be okay no matter how the chips fell. This particular fundraiser is in the spirit of helping to support the vision that we've had for all of these years. And it will help push us towards what we want to do with the land as a part of it, not the whole, but eventually we want to build a fair amount of structures on there and host retreats, host reprieves, so you can get a reprieve from everything that the Matrix throws at you constantly. A healing space, a place for meditation, possibly Reiki, can come help us with our garden or with the farm, because it's going to be a farm in some sense. We will hopefully have animals and livestock and chickens and fresh eggs and all that good stuff. But we also want it to be a place for others to possibly join us in what we're building. So this fundraiser will be for that in particular, helping to build the vision now that it has come around. But of course, anytime anything is done in the realm, you need money for it, so that's what this is for. So I would like to thank everybody in advance, whoever is able to donate financially. If you're not able to, or you don't feel called to donate financially, I would very much appreciate it if you shared the fundraiser to your social media pages. And yeah, that's about it. That's what's been going on. I know I haven't really shared details and what has happened over the last few months. Some of the details I'm not interested in sharing with the public at large, but it's been a crazy, chaotic, hectic last month or two. Just insane amount of things going this way, that way, left, right, up, down, timelines changing, people pulling shenanigans, things breaking, like all this stuff all at once, all over the last month or two. But we're kind of out to an extent where the path is slightly more clear. So I'm really excited about this. I know Andrea is as well. The cats probably won't be as excited to start off with, but I'm sure they'll get on board eventually. I mean, they have to. They're going to come with us regardless. They don't really have a choice in the matter. So yeah, this channel is probably going to become more of a homesteading channel, and also I will put in there, you know, videos and progress reports on structures that I'm going to build, because I'm going to build our cabin by hand, and we're going to do a bunch of hobbit holes, because we have a nice hill that slopes up behind the property. So Andrea had the idea to do hobbit holes into the side of that hill, and we'll make tiny homes. Like, we don't have tons of land, but eventually I would like to buy more land and kind of do the same process. But as of right now, it's just our piece, and we're gonna make it into a beautiful little place to have a break from all of this. So that's it. Appreciate it in advance if you help financially, and if you share, that would be lovely too. Thank you for listening. Peace.